Hello and welcome back to my English class once again. It's RK English YouTube channel. Students, today we are at unit number 16 and we have reading two texts from unit number 16 that we are going to discuss here. And in reading two part, we have the text that is the history of pens. Before discussing its text, students, we will discuss its questions here. Pre-questions are given here. The first question is, what are the different type of pens you know? As students, I think everyone know about the types of pen that we use in our daily life. First, we have there are different types of pen like ball pen, gel pen also, fountain. We can say ink pen also, and marker pen. So these are the types of pen that we use in our daily life. And B question number B is, what type of pen do you use for your everything everyday writing? As I told you that there are many options of pens that we can choose, but mostly that we use in our daily life is ball pen as most widely used for everyday writing. It's all about students questions and answer, pre-questions and answer. Now move to the its exercise text first. Here we have the text, the first paragraph. The need for a pen developed as human discovered its papyrus. Students, when human discovered the papyrus here means it's a type of plant, and which is used people in a human used to write on that. And then human this when human discovered this kind of plant, then they realized the importance of pen. Then they thought of inventing pen when they discovered this papyrus tree. To write on papyrus, the Egyptians created the reed pen. Reed means it's a stick pen. It's a kind of stick, stick. It's a, you can see in the picture. It's like this. And to write on this papyrus, the Egyptians they have created and they have discovered a type of pen that is called reed pen. They used hollow tubular mass grass, especially bamboos, as the body of the pen. Students, as you see, okay, you can see in the picture, its pen was like that. It is like a bamboo stick, a hollow. Hollow means empty, and it's a tubular mass grass. It is a grass type, and they had used this type of grass to make a pen. It's a bamboo, it's like a bamboo. One end of the tube was sharpened into the shape of a pen's nib, and the tube was filled with writing fluid. So students, they used to make this bamboo stick like this, and the tip of the top, one side of the tip they have sharpened, and and the other hollow part they have keep to fill the ink. And the tube was filled with the writing fluid. Fluid means is ink. The pen would be squeezed to allow the ink to flow out. If we have to take out the ink out, then we can squeeze it also. Squeeze means compress. The second paragraph. After centuries of using the reed pen, the quill pen was created in it's a Seville, Spain. But in Spain, students, after the century of using this reed pen, after using this reed pen for a long, long time, then a new pen was introduced that is called a quill pen. And quill means is a pen made from the bird, feathers. And now new next pen was introduced and invented in Spain, and the quill pen were made from bird feathers like swans, turkeys and geese. So these are some birds, and birds these birds feather they had used to make this quill pen. The feathers were dry to discard any oil present in them. They would interact with the ink. Discard means throw out. Students, their feather were dried out, and they what they do, they dried out the feather so that the oil uh, you know would be removed from the feathers, and so that it cannot react with the ink. Uh, yes, yeah, the ink could not react with the ink. That's why they used to write the feathers. The end of the feather was cut with a knife to sharpen. And what they did cutting the cutting the end of this feather with a knife, to make it sharpen, making the tip of the pen, so that they could make its tip like a pen. And the quill could be used by dipping the feather in ink. This type of pen, that is called quill, they could be used by dipping the feathers in ink, and they used to dip this type of pen in the ink, which would fill with the shaft as a reservoir. Its shaft is a kind of rod. These pen were durable, but they had to be sharpened with the knife frequently. This type of pen was the students very durable, and they were good enough. They I know, but they had to be sharpened with the knife frequently. Before, the quill writing used to be in capital letter. Okay, so before the discovery of this quill pen, and writing used to be in capital letter, and they capital letter letters were to be written. But as the quill improved the smoothness and the written speed, more decorative and faster means of writing. But later, what happened? The pen quill was improved, and its smoothness improved, and everything improved, and its speed also, and it became very, more decorative and faster means of writing. Including lowercase letters were developed. The quill pen would go on be used for nearly 12 centuries. After the invention of the quill pen, students, it was used for a long, long time. That is, for nearly 12th century, this pen was used. And the quill were replaced when John Michell from uh, Birmingham, England, has started developing a machine-made steel point pen or tip pen on the mass scale. The students, after the use of the school pen, and then it was replaced by the discovery of Michel from Birmingham, and from England, and he discovered a pen machine, a made pen. It's a steel point, a mixture of iron. Then he discovered a steel pen, and or dip pen on a mass scale and a huge quantity. They have discovered this steel pen, and this quill pen was replaced by this new discovery of steel pen. And these pen functioned the same way as quill, though this new discovery pen was working, having the same function, the same way as quill, but were much cheaper and sturdier. But they were cheaper and very strong one. It was sturdier means strong. As writing becomes smoother and faster, and because of this discovery new pen, and the writing became very easy and faster and smoother, and constantly dipping the pen in ink more and more frustrating. But it was frustrating when they had to dip this pen again and again, and it became very frustrating. This led to invention of the fountain pen. Now, then, after the new invention was made, that was the fountain pen was discovered. After this, students, we are talking about the as the we have the text, that is history of pen. We are talking about the history of pen, when and how it was invented. Students, this is the third invention, and now the next paragraph here. The fountain pen was patented by its Petrucci Piunaro, a Roman inventor, in 1827. And when this fountain pen was invented by its Petrucci Poinaro. It's a patented means a right given and right granted for invention, new invention. It is called the patent. And this pen was patented by Petruccio Perenniamo, a Roman inventor, in 1987. This pen had an ink barrel is a cylindrical container and did not need to be dipped in ink regularly. Yes, students, it was the new invention again. And it was also ink pen with a barrel also, and it didn't need to be dipped into the ink again and again while writing. And in 1884, American invented Levis Sweet fountain pen. Then in 1884, the American and they invented that is Levis Edison Waterman design, and the patented it's a three-channel ink feed fountain pen. Now advanced, it was a bit advanced than earlier, and it was invented by American also. It was also a fountain pen. It ensured a smooth flow of ink and made pen into truly transportable, means able to move tool. They have added some a sort of tool inside this pen, and that made this pen very smooth and flow of ink, that made really truly it's a very valuable and smoother one. The fountain pen underwent many inventions throughout the 20th century. During the 20th century, many inventions were made, okay, in order to discover fountain pen, like the use of replaceable and refillable refillable ink cartridges means students, as you can you have heard about the cartridges, and you can use in computer also, computer cartridges. Similarly here in the container holding a quantity of ink, okay, it's a kind of container, and used to holding ink, quantity of ink, and use of plastic, metal, and wood. And like the use of replaceable and refillable ink cartridges, and the use of plastic, metal, and wood. And to refillable ink cartridges, they are of what, plastic, metal, and wood. Although American invented John J. Loud patented the earlier design for a ball pen in 1888. Those students American that invented Jones allowed pen, it was patented one, the earliest design for a ball pen in 1888. He could never perfect the flow of ink for the writer decades later. But Hungarian journalist Laszlo Biro, living in Argentina, started working on new design for the ball pen. Now, again, after the invention of all these pens, earlier pens, now again Hungarian journalist, again he was he was again going to discover the next pen, and going to he was going to start working on the new design for a ball pen. And Laszlo Biro, the inventor of the first commercial ballpoint pen, was a journalist. The first ball pen who discovered this was journalist. He was a journalist, and who discovered first ball pen, ballpoint pen. And he was from Hungarian. He was a Hungarian journalist, and he was too familiar with the its annoyance of ink smudging on the paper. Yes, student, because he had used earlier discovered ink pen, and he was very annoyed and anger because of its spot on the paper. Smudging means the spot, ink spot, and the annoyed means very anger. He had faced such kind of smudging problem while writing, and that's why he decided to discover another pen, that is ballpoint pen. He decided to use the quick dry in and introduced a small metal. Yes, small metal that rotated at the tip of the pen. Then what he did, he introduced a small metal that rotated at the tip of the pen, and this managed to keep the ink from drying and also distributing smoothly. And this rotating, a tip, and this helps the ink from drying and also distributing smoothly during writing. In 1948, Laszlo and his brother, it's Georgi, a chemist, patented his new design. Again, both of them, they have also patented their new invention of pen. These pen known as by by Rome's. It's a community of where a huge commercial success. They have gained a great success after doing all, and after inventing this new pen, and both have had great success and commercial success they have on, and they have on name and fame also. The patent for this design was then bought by Marshall Beach in 1945. Whole company sold over 100 billion ballpoint pens worldwide. Then, students, this design was bought by Marshall Beach in 1945. When they have sold this company over 100 billion, and this company has sold more than 100 billion ball pens, worldwide during the era, during that period of 1945. Biro pens or Biroms were the first commercial successful ballpoint pen. So these invention and these pen were the first commercial ball pen, I can we can see, and that had made a great success. Okay, and they were sold in billions. The ballpoint pen was a turning point in the evolution, means advancement of pen. It was a great, advancement, and it was a turning point also. It was highly durable, more convenient. Convenient means students are suitable, could write on multiple surfaces such as cardboard and wood, in even underwater at high altitude. Students, these ballpoint pen is, it's so highly durable also, and they are convenient. They are very suitable, where we can write, and we can write everywhere, as we can write on cardboard, boards, even underwater at the high altitude. These are some advantages of this new invention. And final paragraph we have today with the advent is the arrival. Students, advent means arrival of technology. Pens are being replaced by smartphone, tablet, and laptops, and the use of pen is steadily declining. Yes, it's true, students. Nowadays, use of all these pen, is steadily, declining, because of the new arrival of new, and new technology, like a smartphone, tablets, laptop, and mobile phone. Because of this new technology, using a ballpoint pen are really, it's steadily declining nowadays. However, pen will go down as one of the most important invention in the history of mankind. But we can't ignore all these invention that, it plays a very important role. You know, okay, it's the most important, invention in the world of in the history of the mankind. The students, in this lesson today, we have discussed about the history of pens. So many histories that pen has made, and so many inventions were made by the different people, and that we have studied. Still, we are the pen that we are using nowadays: ball pen, and gel pen, fountain pen, and marker pen also. So all these are the pen, students, we have studied, and with that, I'm going to finish this lesson, today's lesson, and I'll be back very soon with a new text and new exercise again. Till then, students, keep watching my videos. Have a good day.